Here's a truth most people are not ready to hear. The reason you don't have money may be because you want it too much. Not consciously, but emotionally. You visualize wealth. You affirm abundance. You chase financial freedom. And yet, the harder you want it, the farther it seems. This isn't bad luck. It isn't a lack of effort. It's a subconscious contradiction. Napoleon Hill warned about desire, but almost no one understood what he really meant. Because desire, when mixed with urgency, fear, or desperation, doesn't attract wealth. It repels it. Today, you'll discover why wanting money can block wealth, and how to shift from wanting to allowing. Stay until the end. This will completely change how you relate to money. Desire is not the problem. Attachment is. There's a massive difference between, I choose wealth and I need wealth to feel okay. Your subconscious feels that difference instantly. When you want money from a place of lack, your nervous system enters a subtle stress response. And stress always signals danger. To the subconscious, urgency means something is missing. Something is wrong. This is not safe. Napoleon Hill said desire is the starting point of all achievement. But what he meant was calm desire, not desperate wanting. Most people desire money the same way a drowning person desires air. That energy doesn't attract abundance. It locks the system into survival mode. When people read Think and Grow Rich, they focus on desire. But they ignore the emotional state behind it. Hill never said, want it anxiously. Chase it relentlessly. Obsess over it. He emphasized faith, expectation, and emotional control. Because the subconscious doesn't respond to words. It responds to emotional signals. And here's the core problem. If you desire money while feeling fear, pressure, or urgency, your subconscious hears, I don't have. I'm behind. I'm not safe yet. That signal conditions lack. The desire itself becomes proof of absence. This is the paradox. The more you need money to arrive, the more your identity stays anchored in not having. And identity always wins. Your subconscious asks one question constantly: who am I being right now? If the answer is, I am someone trying to escape lack, then lack remains the reference point. Napoleon Hill understood this deeply. That's why he emphasized being, not chasing. You don't manifest from desire. You manifest from identity. Your nervous system doesn't understand goals. It understands states. Calm or stressed. Safe or threatened. Grounded or desperate. When money feels urgent, your body frames it as survival. And anything framed as survival creates contraction. Survival mode protects the present moment. It cannot support long-term expansion. This is why people rush decisions, overwork, burnout, sabotage opportunities, make emotional financial choices. Not because they're irresponsible, but because their system is overloaded. Wealth requires regulation, not urgency. Here's how the cycle perpetuates itself. You wake up and check your bank account. You feel anxiety. That anxiety creates a thought: I need more money. That thought creates tension. That tension drives behavior. You chase opportunities. You say yes when you should say no. You compromise boundaries. You work from exhaustion, not clarity. And the results reflect that state. Maybe you attract draining clients. Maybe you make reactive decisions. Maybe you build income that isn't sustainable. Then you check your account again. The anxiety returns. The loop continues. This loop doesn't stop because you make more money. It stops when your nervous system no longer needs money to feel safe. This isn't a mindset problem. It's a nervous system loop. And no amount of positive thinking can override it while the body remains in survival. Napoleon Hill knew this. That's why he taught controlled desire. Desire with emotional discipline. Because desperation is just fear wearing a goal. Here's the shift that changes everything. Intention says, I'm moving toward this calmly. Need says, I can't be okay without this. The subconscious rejects need. It relaxes into intention. Napoleon Hill spoke about definiteness of purpose. But definiteness does not mean desperation. It means clarity without emotional chaos. When desire is calm, the system stays open. When desire is frantic, the system closes. Money flows through openness, not force. Think about water. Water doesn't flow toward pressure. It flows toward openness. Wealth operates the same way. When you grip money emotionally, when you obsess over it, when you tie your sense of safety to it, resistance forms. Your nervous system tightens. Your perception narrows. Your decisions become reactive. But when you loosen the grip, space opens. Your system regulates. Your perception expands. Your decisions become strategic. This is what Napoleon Hill meant by faith. Not blind optimism, but a regulated system that trusts the process. Faith is the opposite of panic. Detachment is misunderstood. Detachment does not mean you stop wanting. It means you stop needing. You stop tying your worth, your safety, your identity to the outcome. Detachment is nervous system neutrality. It's the moment your body says, I'm okay now, and wealth is welcome. Napoleon Hill wasn't teaching passivity. He was teaching emotional sovereignty. When you stop gripping money emotionally, you stop pushing it away. Detachment is not resignation. Resignation says, I give up. It doesn't matter. Detachment says, I'm taking action, but my peace doesn't depend on the outcome. This distinction changes everything. Desperate action creates desperate results. Calm action creates sustainable results. Napoleon Hill studied hundreds of successful people. The pattern wasn't obsession. It was emotional control paired with commitment. Most people have one without the other. Hill taught the integration of both. Here's a simple daily exercise. Step 1. Sit comfortably and breathe slowly for 30 seconds. Step 2. Notice how your body reacts to the thought, I need more money. Observe the tension. No judgment. Step 3. Replace the thought with, I am safe now, and wealth is allowed to grow. Say it slowly. Feel each word. Step 4. Notice the shift in your body. That shift is everything. You're not convincing your mind. You're calming your nervous system. Step 5. Imagine wealth approaching you not because you chase it, but because you're no longer resisting it. Hold that feeling for 60 seconds. This is not visualization to attract money. This is regulation to stop repelling it. This works because it addresses the root cause. The root cause is not lack of money. It's a system that associates money with survival. When regulation happens, wealth stops feeling urgent. And when wealth feels normal, behavior aligns naturally. Better decisions, clear perception, aligned opportunities. This is not magic. It's nervous system science. Wanting money doesn't block wealth. Needing money does. Need carries fear. Fear creates contraction. Contraction blocks flow. When you stop needing, you stop resisting. And resistance is the only real block. Napoleon Hill didn't teach hustle. He taught alignment. Money doesn't respond to obsession. It responds to regulation. The moment you stop chasing wealth to feel safe, your system becomes safe enough to receive it. This isn't spiritual theory. It's psychology. You don't attract what you want. You allow what you no longer need to survive. Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with safety. If you don't feel safe without money, you'll never feel safe with it. But if safety comes from within, wealth has permission to enter. Not because you manifested it, but because you stopped blocking it. If this resonated, comment allow. And if you're ready to move from wanting to receiving, subscribe. Wealth isn't avoiding you. Your nervous system just needs to stop gripping it.